Going on? How you doing? Ah, welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group, Spiritual. As soon as I start talking, my dog's got to move. It's like, nah, I don't like it in this spot. I'm gonna move over here. That doesn't matter. Anyway, how you doing? What's going on? If you're watching in the replay, then do me a favor and let me know you're in the replay. You can write a hashtag. You can write a comment of some kind. You can write me a letter and mail it to me if you want to. But then by the time I get it, I won't even know which live you're talking about. That would just be, don't do that. Don't do that. Forget that one. And if you're joining live like Jesse, you can comment while I'm speaking. Howdy, Bobby. Howdy? They say howdy where you're from. Aren't you like from like way up north? Is that a howdy place? I don't buy it. I'll take it. I mean, I'll take any kind of salutation. Hello, how are you? I didn't see you as a howdy person though. Hey, Bobby. Hello. Unless I got that wrong. Wait, where are you? You're Minnesota, right? That's not howdy. Hey, Bobby. Hello, everybody. They don't. Yeah, I didn't think that they do. Yeah, some people on Daily Fuel like to write because read the comments, right? So they'll write y'all and to get me to say it, and it's me saying y'all just does not sound right. There's something wrong with it. I'm too New Yorkery. Just doesn't flow off the tongue in any way. It just sounds like like razor blades on a chalkboard. It's wrong. So anyway, if you're live, you can comment the whole time I'm doing my spiel, and in a second I'm going to start and I'm going to ignore all the comments, but then when I'm finished with my thing, I'm going to come back and I'm going to read all the comments. So feel free to comment the entire time I'm speaking. It's a lot of fun because then sometimes I read them, but you're saying something about something I said 10 minutes ago and I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and it makes you look dumb and me look smart, but what are you going to do? It's my show. So let's... I just wanted to wait a second. I don't know if Robin and Peter could make it to this one because they were the ones. Robin said something the other day about emulating people's success, and I wrote that down because I liked it. And then Peter asked about, is that like vicarious living? And I'm going to touch on that a little bit today. So, but what do we got? Oh, 3 minutes. Yeah, let's get started already. This is taking way too long. Hello, Danielle. Emulating other people's success. Okay, so a lot of times, we're all trying to be successful. And let's just talk about what I mean by successful for just a moment, because successful has to be your own definition. So whatever success looks like to you, it doesn't necessarily need to be what everybody else says success is, or what anybody else says success is, for that matter. That's a hard thing to say. Says success is. Say that 5 times fast. So, first things first is to define what success looks like for you personally. And we're not going to get too deep into that one today. It's just something that I wanted to make sure that you understood. There is no, this is success, and anything beyond that is not. That's not how life works. You get to decide what's right for you, what's perfect for you, what's great for you, what's successful for you. And then you get to work towards that. So, one of the things that we mentioned was you can fake it till you make it. I got 3 things. I forgot to say, I got 3 things that I'm going to talk about. So the first one is something everybody hears all the time. It's fake it till you make it. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this one. I like fake it till you make it as a concept, but there are parts to it, there are ways to look at it that I think could be taken negatively. So I'm going to touch on both a little bit, and I'm going to tell you the negative one first, and then I'm going to tell you the positive one that I like. So the negative one is that you're just you're a phony, you're faking, you're tricking people, you're manipulating things, you're pretending to be something you're not to get something out of somebody else for some nefarious reason or anything like that. I would never suggest that kind of a track for anything. Honesty is a great policy in my opinion. In the thing that I teach all the time is to be yourself and let people who love what you're about surround themselves around you. If you are let me slow down a sec. If you are what's the word I'm looking for? There's a verb, projecting out. That's not the word. It begins with an E. But if you are projecting out your essence, your perfect you-ness, then people who are into that are going to come hang out with you, and people who are not into that are going to steer clear of you, and that's okay too. But a lot of times what happens is people want to become successful in a certain place, in a certain thing that maybe they're not ready for, or they're not suited for, or it's not they not even something they're good at or want, but they think they have to do it because other people have taught them that they have to do it. And so they start faking it. They start pretending. They start being a little manipulative, or even just fake. Not even fake for the sense of I'm going to con you or steal from you or do anything to hurt you, but just being fake just because they think like nobody will like me if I'm me. Nobody will like me for me, so I have to pretend to be this other thing. That kind of fake it till you make it, for any of those reasons, I'm not for. I don't teach that here. I don't promote that. I don't suggest that for anybody. I don't believe that anybody has to do that. I think that sometimes we just might feel like we have to because we've got it drilled into our heads that the way you are isn't good enough, so you have to pretend to be something else to get people to like you, follow you, buy from you, do whatever that you're looking to do. Wrong. So let's go to the fake it till you make it that I like, which is I have this thing that I want to be. I have this way that I want to be seen. I have this vision of perfection, life, success, whatever that I have, but I'm not quite there yet. So I'm going to fake it till I make it, meaning that I'm not going to pretend that I'm there and trick people, but I'm going to trick me. I'm going to start acting like the person who's already there so that my brain gets accustomed to it and I actually start to believe that I deserve to be there, that I'm going there, that I'm there. That kind of fake it till you make it is where you're faking out yourself. Because a lot of times we have these thoughts, these programs in our brains and our minds. They come from all over the place. They come from childhood. They come from friends. They come from things you read. They come from just being bombarded with the crap in the world all the time. And we start to believe them that I'm not good enough, that I can't do this, that being an artist is not a viable marketing job, that all of these things that we think are true because everybody says them, but I don't want them to be true. That they go against my vision of success for me. So I'm going to start tricking myself into believing what I want to believe, and then watch as the world trips over itself to show me that I'm right. So that's number one. That's only number one. Jesus. Okay. That's number one. Number two is the title of this: emulate other people's success. Look to other people that are already where you want to be, that are, or close to where you want to be, that are kind of in that vicinity. So I'm just going to use me for an example. One of the things that I've been trying to do, and you've been watching me do, if you've been in this group for more than a couple of months, you've been watching me do it, and I used to talk about it a lot in Daily Fuel, that I was trying to figure out how to take all the stuff that I talk about and turn it into some kind of a business. And there was a problem that I had that I would try to do that in the past. I'm really into this thing, I'm really into this thing, I'm really into this thing. None of them seem to go together. So I would try to figure out, well, maybe I can make a business out of this one. And I'd work on that, and then I'd get bored, and I'd be like, this sucks, I don't want to do that anymore. And then I'd hop over to this one, and I'd work on that, and I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I started to decide there has to be other people who do different things for different people. And so I decided to look for that out in the world and emulate it. And one person that I looked up to was Jared Leto. And he's got a very different kind of career for me, other than the fact that we're both singers. But he's a singer and an actor, and well, that's it. I don't know what else he does. But anyway, the thing that I noticed that I found interesting was that there were people who loved the stuff he was in as an actor. And then there were people who loved his music, but they weren't always the same people. And to him, it doesn't seem to matter. He would work on an album with his band, and in fact, when he started his band, everybody made fun of him. They were just like, oh, another actor like Kevin Bacon or whoever that wants to be a musician. Oh my God, why do these people do this? They're horrible. And he wasn't. He was amazing. He was genuinely fantastic at singing. He's just amazing. It's one of my favorite bands. Just one of my favorite bands. So what do you call it? So I was looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, I love his music and I like this movie, I like that movie, but I'm not like following him around to see what movie he's in and stuff like that. And quite frankly, I don't really even care much about his movies. But it dawned on me, wait a minute. My son's running back and forth. You needed a snack. So it dawned on me that if it's possible for him to make this art for these people and make this art for these people, then what is it that he's doing that, because he's not trying to get everybody to like everything. And that was my problem. Was I was like, I can't have these different things because I can't be marketing everything to different people. And I was like, what is the underlying thing? What is the common denominator to him? And it's Jared Leto. It's him. It's him. He's just like, here I am. I'm doing this thing now. If you like me, you might like this. And if you don't, I don't care because you like that other thing. Come hang out with me when I'm doing that thing. And that's all he does. And that's it. And then I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to do Daily Fuel, and I'm going to hang out with you guys, and I'm going to talk. And when I come up with a product, I'm going to be like, hey, I made this thing. Does anyone want it? It's over here, And that's it. So emulating other people, to me, means to look at what they're doing. That's what you want to be doing. And then follow their example of how they do it. Try to find the thing that they do that you can do. And by the way, you're allowed to cherry pick. You might really like how they do this thing, but not like how they're about this, or they're into this thing, or they might even have like beliefs or something that are completely counter to you, and yet they're achieving a goal that you want to achieve in a different realm. You are allowed to be like, well, I like how they're doing it, even though I don't like what they're doing. I'm allowed to cherry pick their tactics, even though I don't like what they're trying to achieve by doing those tactics. I'm allowed to do it this way and this way and this way, even though when they do that other thing, I don't like that. So you're allowed to cherry pick what it is about them that you like and only do those things. And anything else you don't like, ignore it. It doesn't have to exist for you. You don't have to do it. You can like this thing that this person does, and this thing that this person does, and this thing that this person does, and I'm going to do all three of those things, even though the three of them don't do all three. They only do the one each. That makes sense? so that's two, right? And oh, by the way, to me, that is not vicarious living. Peter mentioned vicarious living. To me, that's not vicarious living. To me, vicarious living denotes a sense of lack. It brings up an essence to my mind of they have that thing. I'm going to watch them do that thing, and I'm going to wish that I could do it too, but I can't because I just can't. They can do it, but I can't do it. To me, that's what vicarious living is. What I'm talking about is emulating. I'm watching them do it. I like how they do that. I'm going to try that. That's emulation. Vicarious is I'm watching them do it. I can't do that. I'm just going to watch and wish that I could. That's vicarious. This is what I do when I'm watching somebody. So, Number three. I almost gave you the finger. Number three. Time jumping. By the way, the person that I would suggest you emulate more than any other person in the world is yourself. if you can imagine, now you may have heard me talk about time jumping before. I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to add something new that I'm going to call. I don't know if I want to call it space jumping or quantum jumping. I think I might just call it quantum jumping as one overall thing for both. So you may have heard me talk about time jumping before. What is that? That is if you imagine a future version of you that's already got this all figured out. Some future version of you down the road in 5 months or 5 years or 10 years or 100 years, doesn't matter, right? Some future version of you has got it all figured out. That version of you is living the life that you want to be living now. So the idea of time jumping is to meditate or do some kind of process where you can quiet your mind and imagine yourself, the you now, talking to the you then in the future, right? This future you. You're talking to this future you, and you ask future you, what's it like to be you? Not how did you do it. You're not going to give yourself step by step. First, tomorrow, go to the DMV and get the... It's not that. I don't know why I said DMV, but it's not that. You're not asking for step-by-step instructions. What you're asking for is, what does it feel like to be you? I like to say, what's the rhythm of where you are? What does it feel like? Because the feeling is what's going to light up the path and bring you there. When you can understand what it feels like to be the success that you want to be, you can start practicing the feeling. A feeling can be practiced and felt no matter what you got going on. You don't have to be happy to know what it feels like to be happy, and then to think of something that can make you happy, and then feel happy, even though that other shit's still going on. Yeah, that thing that you don't like that made you sad in the first place is still happening. It's still going on. I still got to deal with that thing tomorrow. But I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be thinking about it right now. I can practice what it feels like to be that successful person. And if I practice it every day, this is faking it till you make it, by the way. If I practice it every day, then eventually that feeling becomes my go-to feeling. That's just what I feel like. And the world will start building the success that I am looking for around me. That's how you get there. That's time jumping. Space jumping is a new thing that I just have been practicing. Have you ever heard of John Moyer? He's somebody I listen. My brain is all over the place. I listen to meditations, like 8-hour long meditation things, affirmations and stuff while I'm sleeping, and every night. And occasionally I get bored of the one that I'm listening to, or I just, it doesn't seem to have an effect anymore. So the other day I found a new one on YouTube by John Moyer, and I was like, let me try this one. And I really liked it. A lot of time, very picky, because the voice has to be just so, and the sounds and the cadence and the music and stuff. Like, there's just, if anything is just slightly annoying, I get aggravated beyond belief, and I got to turn that one off and I just go back to my old one. But this one was nice. I liked it. And one of the things that I woke up one morning in the middle of the night, and I could hear him talking, and I just listened for a few moments while I was starting to drift back to sleep. And he was talking about, actually I'm lying. No, this was something different. So forget that. So that did happen, but the thing that I heard then is not what I wanted to say now. So yesterday I wanted to do a meditation before I got to work. I'm now awake and showered and dressed and everything, and I come down to my office and I want to do a meditation. And I was like, let me see what else he's got. So I listened to another meditation that he has. And in this meditation, he walked me through this process where I was in he talks about like being in a science lab, and you walk through this door of light, and on the other side of the door is a version of you, but like a now version, but in another universe. Like imagine another universe version of you. This is the space jumping one, right? Not this future version of me, but a completely different me that didn't mess things up in my life and has everything perfect, right? And getting help from that person. And it was just such a cool thing. It was really an amazing meditation, and I loved it. And I did it again today. I'll link to it in case anybody's interested in this guy. But anyway, so the idea behind space jumping is that just like time jumping, if you think of a future version of you, space jumping is imagining a different version of you in like a parallel universe. That's what that is. So the idea here is you can look to people that you admire, and you can emulate their tactics, and you can also look to yourself and emulate the feeling that the version of you that's already successful has. Okay, there we go. Wow, that one took me a few minutes longer than usual, but oh wow, there's an essay. Whew. Okay, so let's go through the comments, and they do not say howdy, where Jesse's from, and Danielle says hello, and Robin's here. Hi, good evening, Bobby, and good evening, all Heartists. Hi, Robin, how are you? Nice to see you. Spring is here. Yes, it is. Thank you for the flowers. Holy crap! It said it had expired at 5:44. I don't know what that means. What expired? I'm still live on Facebook. I don't know. What does that mean? Nathan, what's up, buddy? We must be before we can do. Yep. And we can do only to the extent which we are. And what we are depends on what we think. That's cool. Yeah. So we can't. What I think you're saying here is I'm gonna switch that around a little bit to fit my thinking, rather than try to decipher that. But I think we're on the same page here. There's being and there's doing. There's action, and then there's allowing. And we need to allow. We need to be. We need to become the thing we want to be before we can take any action that will have an effect. You're allowed to go take action, and anyone can go bang around and take action and try to force the square peg into the round hole all you want. And you might succeed in getting a few things accomplished, but you're not really going to see the level of success that you're looking for until you get yourself to that place where you are being the version of you that you want to be. Then the action is just obvious. Like, oh, I need to do this, and it's easy. It's all set up for you because you've energetically created the stage for yourself. The other way, you're just trying to figure things out and you're screaming. Rah. This is how I scream. Amy's here. Hi, Amy. How are you? You started early. I started. It's 5:30 now. It's not. I don't do 6:30 anymore because the whole family dynamic is different. It used to be that my daughter would work at the gym. She's a gymnastics coach, and she'd get home, and while my wife went to get her, and they came home, and everybody wasn't ready. Whatever the hell was going on, I don't know, but 6:30 worked. Now my daughter's at school. We all have dinner earlier now, and so 5:30 is the better time for me. So it's 5:30 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. It's daylight saving time now, so whatever time that is by you. Nathan, emulation facilitates social learning. In emulation learning, people learn about parts of their environment and use this to achieve their own goals. That's cool. Emulation facilitates social learning. That's pretty cool. So I hadn't thought of it that way. Like, if we could learn how to move society forward by emulating individuals emulating other individuals, or emulating I suppose this could work on a societal level as well. That's cool. I hadn't thought of that. Hang on. Oh my God. I need, hello? Hello? I took water and then started laughing. I can't do that. I almost spit all over the place. You get me every time, Robin. I think the trick is to learn. Wait, hang on. I gotta move this because there's. All right, there. I can read it now. I think the trick is to learn to let go enough to let yourself feel. Feel what it feels like to be what you really, truly, very, very much want to be like, and how it feels to be who you truly, really are. And so often that is one of the hardest things to do. It is hard because it means exposing your true souls. And so often the hardest part of it is to start. Oh, there's so much here, Robin. Let me pause you 1 second. Starting is really hard. You know why? Because because you don't have any momentum yet. It's very easy to move through something when you've already got momentum. When you're starting something, you don't have any momentum. And in fact, you sometimes have momentum against you. You have momentum pushing you in the wrong direction. In order to start emulating somebody else or to start doing anything to feel the way that you want to feel, you first have to slow down the feeling of the other shit that you got going on. If you feel really bad, it's not easy to go from here to here in terms of feeling. You have to go from here and slow it down until you get to a neutral place, and then you can start moving forward. It might take a couple of days before you can even start feeling okay and good. I've had times where I just felt really down about things, and trying to do any of this stuff to feel peppy and good was just like, that shit's not flying today. It's just not going to happen. So I would just say, like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to shut down. I'm just going to watch a mafia movie and watch people kill each other and stuff like that. And that's just going to make me feel like I can... This is vicarious, by the way. This is great, Robin. This is vicarious. When I feel that way, all I want to do is punch something, right? But I can't go outside. I can't go to the store and just punch somebody in the face. I don't really feel like going to jail, and I'll feel really horrible the split second that I do it. That's just not happening. That's not going to happen, right? But I can watch a movie where people are beating the shit out of each other. That feels great when you feel really down, and all you want to do is just get this energy out. You just want to get this energy out. Maybe violence isn't the way you get it out, and doing violence is not the way that I get it out, but watching violence sometimes makes me feel, oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, I feel a little better now, and it helps me to get to that place. So it can be hard to start when you're really squished down. You need to relax and come up a little bit until you're at neutral. Then you can start. Let's continue. To start by tipping one teeny tiny little toe. You write things that make me read them. I've never in my life said teeny tiny little toe. In first to see what happens. You learn where and who are the ones who get it. Those who groove with you, and those are where you don't. You learn that you're not going to die if you are not everybody's cup of tea. You're not. You're not going to die if you're not everybody's cup of tea. In fact, who would want to be everybody's cup of tea? You'd have to be so bland and boring to be everybody's cup of tea. Because you have learned where am I? Who you are, and have found the confidence to know that it's okay to be who and what you want to be. And the only way to finally get there is to know what it feels like to be who and what you are. Then you will actually love to be just yourself. Hooray and congratulations. Yeah, good one, Robin. Thanks for that. I appreciate that. And that was a really good point about getting started. Getting started is really hard. Nathan Singleton, awesome. Well said. Love it. I don't remember what he said. Put you back over here. I had to move Robin over. Now everything's messed up. Amy says, wait, you don't have to block my face. Like the idea of space jumping, I also did a painting called Space Surfing. Oh yeah, I like your stuff. So you can be in any time and space you choose to get the best out of life now. Yeah, that's why I was thinking of calling it quantum jumping, because you could do space and time jumping. Then quantum jumping sounded like Quantum Leap. Remember that show? That was a good show. Scott Bakula. That'd be 9:33 UK time. Yeah, but just remember that we now switched to Daily Fuel, to daylight saving time. So I don't know if it's 4 hours or 5 hours anymore difference. Did you switch the clocks? I don't know. So we're Eastern Daylight Saving Time is where I am now, and will be until November, or forever, because the Senate passed a law, a bill that we're going to keep daylight saving time and never change the clocks again. But that was just the Senate, so they have to do that other places. So we'll see. I have no idea. Harmony in the world within will be reflected in the world without. Ooh, that's nice. By harmonious conditions, agreeable surroundings, the best of everything. It is the foundation of health and a necessary essential to all greatness, all power, all attainment, all achievement, and all success. Yeah, cool, dude. I really like that. That's nice. I really like that first sentence. Harmony in the world within will be reflected in the world without. What does he mean by that? He means that when you find peace and harmony in yourself, and you come to a place where you're comfortable with who you are and you love yourself and you understand that even though I'm still moving forward towards this thing, this success that I want to achieve, I'm happy with the journey. I'm happy with where I am and I'm happy with where I'm going. When you can feel that way and make that feeling your primary go-to emotional place, then the world without, meaning outside, will reflect that to you. So, good one. Well said. Thanks for that. That's the last comment. We're finished here. I'm going to split. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So, thanks very much for hanging out with me. By the way, if you haven't seen, I posted a new welcome video in the group. Please go take a look at that. And also, if you're interested, go take a look at fuelblue.com. I have launched the new, self-discovery platform there. And you can get a free trial to check it out and see what it's all about. There's no credit card required for the trial, so you can just fill out the form and you get... I gave you the finger again. What is that all about? And get right in. Do me a favor and go do that. Go check it out. Even if you just do the free trial and let me know what you think of the thing, even if you don't buy it. I just want some opinions about what I got going on there. So I would appreciate that. Amy says, our clocks go forward on Sunday. It'll then get right confusing. Yeah, right, because now you know it's a 4-hour difference, but when your clocks go forward, it'll be back to 5-hour difference or something like that. The video is awesome. Great job. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate that. And Amy, Tyler, good luck. Good luck. Okay. Robin gets the booby prize. Everybody have a wonderful night, day, morning, whatever it is for you. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.